What is good, everybody? It's your boy Tej. In this video, I'm gonna be showing y'all how to make an ambient guitar beat for Gunna or any of the other YSL artists like Young Thug. And the style that I'm going for is gonna be like a Palace guitar sample that'd be flipped by like WHEEZY or Turbo or Taurus. I made the entire beat from scratch, so I'm gonna be showing y'all my whole process of making the sample and adding drums to it. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy these types of videos, be sure to hit subscribe. And as always, I'll have the finished beat played at the end of the video, so be sure to stick around for that. And with all that out of the way, let's just hop right into the beat. For my first melody sound, I opened up this Nylon Guitar preset in Omnisphere from this Mega Magic Guitars preset pack. The way that I constructed this is kind of similar to how Palace and Gunboy made the melody for Slidey. So for this melody, I started off with the G sharp minor scale. So my first note in the scale being G sharp and then the fifth being D. And then I just went in and put in these notes to kind of make it a little more interesting. And then I just took these two right here, copied it over, and then shifted it down by 4 half steps. And the top notes are slightly offset because I wanted to make like a strumming effect and just make it a little more cohesive with like some of the other melody notes. I wasn't really thinking too much about like which scale degree were the notes for like the top melodies and stuff. I was just kind of putting them in by ear. I just took these first two measures and duplicated them over, and the only thing I did is I just raised this D sharp by 1 octave. And then I routed that to a mixer track and I put on this halftime setting and I put the loop to 1/4 and then the mode to 1.5. And now with the halftime, the guitar sounds like this. Since we use the 1.5 settings instead of the 2x setting that halftime is normally in, the new key that we're working in now is E minor. So after I had that bass guitar melody, I opened up Analog Lab and I got this Chrome Flute preset. I think it's from the Drown in the Void Analog Lab bank by HZE or Haze. And then after that, I just put in this flute pattern. I routed that flute sound to a mixer track and I put this low cut on it. And then I put some RC20 on the Vinyl 3 preset. And the only things I left on were the wobble and magnetic, and I both made those pretty low. And then I grabbed this sub bass sound from one of Tri-Freeze's drum kits. And I just followed the bass notes in our guitar, but adjusted for the new key. Then I opened up another instance of Omnisphere. I went into this Palace Omnisphere bank and I got this bell preset. And I just put in these bell notes to kind of accent the rest of the melody. And then I exported all of those stems as audio clips and I arranged the loop. And once I'd done that, I went to my master track and added a couple of effects. The first being this EQ, and I just cut out some of the more harsh frequencies in the low mids and mids. And then I also put on some micro shift and just adjusted this dry wet knob. Honestly, you could probably just use any chorus plugin that you have, like Fruity Chorus would probably work just fine, or maybe any other like third-party chorus plugin you might have. And once I had my loop arranged, I exported it as a WAV file. So I opened up a new FLP and I imported my loop from the previous one and I took all the stems and arranged them accordingly. And as for the sample, I pitched it up by 200 cents. I set it to 130 BPM originally, and then I set the mode here to stretch and then turned the tempo down to 125 beats per minute. And once I'd done all that, I started with the drums. The first sound that I got was like this Southside or Wheezy sounding clap. I put in a pretty straightforward pattern, kind of similar to a lot of the beats that I make. I just use the standard third beat of every measure clap pattern and then just throw in a couple accent notes here and there. And then at the end, I just kind of added like this little clap roll, kind of build it back up into the beginning of the pattern. And then next I added this hi-hat sound from one of my drum kits. And I kind of made this pattern that looks a little bit all over the place. When I originally put it in, I kind of just outlined it with a basic 2-step pattern. And then I just kind of deleted a few notes here and there to kind of give it some more space. And once I'd done that, I just started playing around with the velocities and kind of just giving it its own bounce. And then after I'd done all that, I took the 1/2 step snap setting and I painted in all the rolls that I wanted to with my paintbrush tool. And then I think these couple rolls down here that are really low are using the 1/3 beat snap setting. And then these right here, what I just did is I selected my paintbrush tool, I held the Alt key on my keyboard and then just brushed in all the notes. And then I added my first of 2 open hats. So this is like my bassist one. I just put this where I typically put them, the second beat of all the even measures. And then I put this accent open hat at the end of the 4th and the 8th measures. And then next I added this other open hat, and this was meant to accent the 808 and the hi-hats a little more than the other one. And so for my next sound, I put in my snare. I only really made like the first half of the pattern, and then I just copied it over and changed the pitches of the rolls. For the first roll, I used the 1/2 step snapping. And then for the end roll right here, I used the 1/3 step snapping. And then I just put in this rim shot and just stuck it kind of towards the end to almost like replace the snares that weren't there. Lastly, I added my 808 pattern. I was just copying the same bass notes I had from the guitar. Overall, the note placement is pretty straightforward. The only thing that I added were like a couple rolls and then this reverse 808. So that's going to do it for me. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Hope you're able to take something away from it and find it helpful. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to hit subscribe. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the comments below. And that's going to do it for me. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Why don't you run with this tag?